difference and importance and significance to the events in your life, you're doing it. It doesn't mean that it's important to anyone else, or it may be just as important. That's pretty, Bridget. Okay, let's see what we're saying. Wisdom is true experience. Experience is the only genuine teacher. You are currently involved in a matter that is not going to bring you any personal happiness. Woo! Where was that paper at? We started. Okay. Why are you taking things so personally? Do you really think you are that important in the scheme of things? And then we said that the barometer, the trust barometer, was at its lowest level. Now, when these things are happening and when you are operating on a course that you think you are so important and that the other person cannot live without you, cannot exist without you, or you're doing so much to maintain everything, you're the one that's doing it, that particular thing that you're involved with is not going to bring you any personal happiness. Whenever you are doing something for a result, and when you think you are manipulating the circumstances to bring a desired outcome, I can assure you, based on wisdom, that you will not be happy with the result. Okay, Bridget?
Okay.
In fact, complete emotional ruin is guaranteed if you continue where you are headed. Bad situation for knowledge, but it is needed in order for you to gain wisdom. Oh me, you got to go through some things in this life that are not necessarily pleasant, huh, Bridget?
Right.
You have to be grounded sometimes, even though it doesn't seem like it serves one bit of purpose, huh?
Right.
But you will accumulate wisdom along the way, grounded or not, won't you? Okay, let me see. You have held onto a person or event or an attitude or a possession much too long. The universal divine force is disturbing, causing a disturbance. Well, really, anytime something is being created, destruction occurs at the same time. We talked about that. It's this. It's in the middle. Not this, not that. You got to go past both. You know, the idea of good and bad, you got to get past both. But anyway, let me see. That's what holds the tension. Everything is continually being thrown out of order. The ground beneath your feet is being shaken, and with all of those false beliefs with it, when you refuse to let go, life has a way of turning over the apple cart. Let's see. When you refuse to let go, life has a way of turning over the apple cart. You cannot cling to anything except your mother's breast. And if you are no longer a baby, that is going to be a foolish looking sight. So we need to let go of those things that we're trying to cling to that we don't think that we can live without, because that's the very first things we need to let go of. Yes, Mitzi? Yes, Mitzi. Okay. What you want to do next, honey? Oh, that's pretty. You got some blue eyes going on. I'm going to do a rectangle. Where's your circles? Well, you go ahead and draw your girl. Okay?
Okay.
I'm drawing the rectangles. Ooh, looks to me like I ended up with some kind of cross, didn't I? Okay, so what are we doing next?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, you want to pull one of those sticks, or you want to get another thing out of the can, or you want to read some Emerson?
Okay.
You haven't read Emerson today. Read some Ralph Waldo today. Let's get him going on in the mix. See what we can get. Oh, and you know, you pulled this book. So we'll read some of that book too. See what that one is.
A friend is a person with whom I might be sincere.
What?
Before him I may think aloud.
Stop. And I'm going to add the word true. A true friend, Brandy, is a person of whom I can think aloud?
No.
Huh?
A true friend is a person with whom I may be sincere.
What happened, Brandy? Fell off the platform? You okay? Okay.
With whom I may be sincere. Before him I may think aloud. Okay.
You can be sincere. You mean you can be yourself?
Mm-hmm.
A true friend, you can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So let me see. I'm going to see what I can read out of some Emerson. Let's just, okay.
What? Circles?
Jacob, you know what we did, huh? What did we draw? I don't think we can see that, but anyway, this is circles. Okay, I opened Ralph Waldo Emerson book, and the word right there is circles. Life is a continual series of cycles. The eye is the first circle. Hold up your picture. The eye is the first circle. Okay? Ready? Oh, Bridget, that's so pretty, honey. Boy.
She's prettier than yours.
Yes, she is. But, like I said, we can't judge it, can we? This girl, she's got something going on. All right. The eye is the first circle. The horizon which it forms is the second. How about that? And throughout nature, this primary figure is repeated without end. Circles, over and over and over again. Circles. Circles here and circles there. It is the highest emblem in the cipher world. Bridget, it is the highest. It is the highest emblem in the cipher world. So the circle carries with it the most significance. Tell me why. Well, you just give me your opinion on that. Don't matter whether right or wrong or
It's the
indifferent.
only one without corners.
The only one without corners goes round and round and round and round and round. Okay. St. Augustine, look at that. I'd love to do that.
Thursday?
Yeah.
9/11?
Uh-huh. This is 9/11/08 Thursday. And then today is close to that, and it's on a Thursday. 1 year later. That's crazy, ain't it? I love it. Let me see. St. Augustine described the nature of God as a circle whose center was everywhere and its circumference nowhere. Okay, I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
Then you're going to talk into the camera with Brandy. St. Augustine described the nature of God as a circle whose center was everywhere and its circumference nowhere.
I have no idea what that means.
A circle. That the center is everywhere. The center of the circle is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The circumference is nowhere. Without end?
Yeah.
It encompasses everything. So if it encompasses everything, if God, whatever that is, not a formed being, because that's a projected idea of what we think, but whatever it is, whatever she, he, it is, okay, it encompasses all of us and everything that we can think, imagine, and all those things we can't think and imagine. So God can exist and not exist at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. And because he can exist, I'm using the word he for convenience, he, she, it, because he can exist and not exist at the same time, he is beyond both of them. We can't comprehend that, but we are part of that because his, I'm using it for convenience again, honey, he incorporates everything, so we're part of whatever that is. What did I say?
I have no idea.
I'm glad you don't, Pisces. I don't either. We are all our lifetime reading the copious sense of this first of forms. One moral we have already deduced in considering the circular or compensatory character of human action. Another analogy we shall now trace, that every action admits of being outdone. Every action admits of being outdone. Talk to me about it. Every action. Because if it comes after it, then that one's gone.
Right.
So it outdid it. That sounds something, don't it? Okay. Where are we going from here, sweetie? We haven't done the tarot cards.
We can
Where are
read the
they?
purple book.
Yeah, I know. We haven't done that in a long time.
Tarot cards?
Yeah, where are they?
Are they not in that thing?
Where? Huh?
They're not in that?
We didn't bring them this week?
I guess not.
Okay, well, we'll use that. Pull out a card and we'll go with
16
16
in the purple book.
in this book.
No.
Oh, in this book?
Yeah.
Okay. You mean page 16? Go with it.
Your birth chart.
Your birth chart. We were talking about Pluto a little while ago. So, your birth chart. Okay.
The ascendant represents your style of doing things.
Your style of doing things. Isn't that what we talked about this? You know, our style of doing things. We go through this life and we accumulate the knowledge, but through our experiences are the only way we can gather wisdom. The stuff that people teach us may or may not be relevant to us as we get older. But if we cling to those ideas, we're going to look foolish. Like I said to Mitzi a little while ago, you can't cling to anything except your mother's breast. And if you're not a baby, you're going to look mighty foolish hanging from that milk sack.
What? Okay. The ascendant also represents your path.
Okay, wait a minute. Your ascendant represents your style of doing things.
And your path.
Okay, and your path. And what is your ascendant, honey?
My style of doing things?
Your rising sign.
Oh, a Leo?
Capricorn.
Capricorn?
And I am Scorpio.
Yeah, because you highlighted it
Yeah.
in this book.
Okay. What day is that?
10/5/08.
Okay, a year ago too. All right.
The ascendant also represents your path, the journey
Okay.
that you will develop, those qualities most necessary to bring the rest of your chart's potential into full magnificence.
Okay, I want you to read that again, but where's our marker? Because it had everything in the world to do with that. Okay,
There's
we
a
have.
marker.
I mean, these things. You just said that your ascendant is your style of doing things. It's also your path.
Mm-hmm.
It is the way you're going to gather experience. The joke is on you. The joy in our life, the joke is on us. And why are you taking things so personally? Do you really think that you are that important in the scheme of things? Okay, go ahead, honey.
The ascendant also represents your path, the journey you will develop, those qualities most necessary to bring the rest of your chart's potential into full manifestation.
Okay, so you're going to have all the events that you need so that you can unfold a Capricornian experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have all of the experiences that I need to unfold a Scorpionic evolving life full of tremendous joy, where a jumping yellow octopus wears an orange jacket and plays Yahtzee. But he is also what? What was your words?
Jolly, outrageous, and young.
Jolly, outrageous, and young. Those three words, are you including them in your day's experience? Are you jolly? Are you jolly? Are you outrageous? Are you young? Are you young? Bridget? Mm-hmm. Jolly, outrageous, and young. Jolly, outrageous, and young. Sing it to me.
Jolly, outrageous, and young.
Jolly, outrageous, and young.
I want to read Saturn.
Jolly, outrageous, and young. Okay, she's going to read Saturn. She turned to the... Because the reason she did that is she wanted to read something about Capricorn, because Saturn rules Capricorn. And Saturn, you remember last week, or was it today? I always forget. Pluto tells you the how. And I said you got to do your chart to find out where your how is in your life. And Saturn says when.
Okay.
It's time. But time's elusive. But anyway, Saturn tells us the when in our lives. Nothing happens before it is time. Saturn says when.
The position of Saturn in your chart records the quality of your earliest encounter with authority.
Woo! Authority. So wherever that is, or what that woman's saying, who's that? Who wrote that book?
Casey.
Casey.
Caroline Casey.
Okay, Casey. Anyway, according to him or her, he says she says that wherever Saturn is located in your chart, go have your chart done, find out where, is where you met with authority for the first time. You were born with it. You know, Sandy was saying that when you were born, she thought she saw a crone. That's a wise, wise old woman, wise old witch, according to some traditions, a shamanic. No, it's not, honey. It's all about this whole hour we're talking about wisdom. How do you think you have all this wisdom at 16 if it were not the fact that you were born with it? You were born with Saturn because you have Capricorn rising. Okay.
At a certain point of critical despair.
Critical despair?
Yeah.
Okay. Critical despair. It didn't say at a happy time in your life.
Right.
Okay, at a sad time. Remember that, honey. Let's see what's going to happen in those sad times.
That woman will declare, I am writing this role out of my movie.
Okay.
Henceforth, I am casting for self-sufficient, emotionally supportive, pragmatic dreamers who adore me.
Okay, I think that goes back to, read that. That is exactly that unfolded.
Why are you taking things so personally? Do you really think you are that important in the scheme of things?
Go ahead.
Only when we have become I don't know.
Let me see. Let me see the word. Exasperated. You know what that is, huh? When you become, you can't go any further. It was sort of like Buddha. He drug himself up under a tree. He couldn't go any further. He became enlightened then. Okay. Sandy. I hear you, Brandy. Sandy? Brandy? Okay. What you doing?
Okay.
Look at her. Bridget's talking on the phone
I
right while
am
she's on the air.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No.
You're texting and whatever else.
No. What? Okay. Traditionally, men have often hired women to live their spiritual lives, while women have hired men to enact their ambitions.
Is that the truth?
Mm.
You mean women want men to act out their ambitions?
Yeah.
And what do men want women to do?
Live their spiritual lives.
Oh, so we have to be the spiritual lives for our men. And they have to go out and conquer the world.
Yeah.
Okay. But that doesn't necessarily fit now, does it?
Nope.
Okay.
That's all.
Joke's on you. All right, next thing. What you want to do? Pull another one of them sticks because you're going to read some out of the tarot book, even though we don't have the tarot cards this week. We're just going to see what.
21.
21? Okay.